Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how you can quickly and easily add a trend line to your chart in Excel. A trend line is really useful to identify what direction your data is moving in and to identify any kind of relationship between your variables. And it's particularly useful when you're dealing with line charts or column charts, anywhere your data is going from left to right. In this example, I've got a line chart with amounts by month, and I'm going to add a trend line to it. To do that, I just want to click on my chart anywhere just to activate it. And you could go in the ribbon to add chart elements, or you can actually just click on this plus icon here, which you can see says chart elements. If I click on that, these are all the different chart elements I can add, and one of them is a trend line. So if I check on trend line, it adds a trend line to my chart. If I click on this arrow to the right, there'll be other options. So I can specify by default it's a linear one, but perhaps I want an exponential one, a linear forecast, a moving average, or I can just click on more options to open up all the options related to the trend line. So a common trend line might be to look at a moving average, especially if you're dealing with stocks or pricing trends like that. If I click on this, I can specify multiple periods. So it's added another trend line on here, but I can delete it. But anyways, I'm going to stick with the linear one, but there's different options that you can choose from. Now, one of the advantages of using the linear trend line is it's really easy now to forecast your data out based on this trend line. So let's say I want to look forward what the next 5 periods might be based on this trend line. So if I change this to 5 periods, hit enter, you can see my chart has now extended. And now I've got those 5 extra periods, and the trend line is calculating where those values are likely to be based on the data that I already have. So it's extrapolating out where it projects that to be. What I could also do is click on these options to show the equation and the R squared value. So if I check off both of these options, you'll see now I've got an equation and the R squared value showing me the relationship between the data points. So this is the format y equals mx plus b. So this is how it's calculating this line and how it's able to predict those future values. Now the R squared value here is 0.1. So that's a fairly weak relationship. So what this tells me is that I shouldn't have a whole lot of confidence in this forecast just because this number is fairly low. Ideally, the number would be at least 0.5, ideally actually 0.7 or higher, because that tells us it's a fairly strong relationship. And then I can have a lot more confidence that the data is going to be correct. Now, what I can also do is, let's say I want to filter out some data points to adjust this on the fly. Like let's say these September values are a bit low. And so, maybe September 2025 wasn't a full month. Same for September 2024. So I'm going to click on the options to filter them out. So if I click on months, I'm going to check off everything before September 24, after September 25, and uncheck September as well. If I click on OK, my chart updates, and so does my R square calculation and my equation. So by doing it this way, you can adjust your chart on the fly, and these values will also update along with your forecast. So at point 2, it's still a fairly weak relationship, but as you can see, it's updating on the fly as I'm making changes on my pivot table. So using a trend line can be really useful because now we get a better idea of what direction our data is going in and how strong of a forecast that appears to be based on our data. So that's all for this video. I hope you did like it and learned something. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Thanks so much for watching.